Hello there. Well, today we've got the sliding doors, the glass sliding doors from Home Depot, and I'm gonna try to make this as short as I can and as helpful as I can, just so make your life easier if you want to give it a try and install it yourself, just like I did. Okay, so as you can see, I'm trying to unwrap here everything here, get it ready, get some measurements. I'm gonna start from the top and to the bottom. Mark my measurements because these metal bars, the bottom and the top, come standard sizes, you would think, but I mean, every house is different, as you can tell, depending on when it was built. So the sizes, the measurements are different as well. And that's why you have to cut to the length of your closet size. That way, I guess, there's option for most of us to be able to install these doors rather than buy, specific size. I guess it's also easier from Home Depot not to carry, 10 different sizes because they can just have one size that you can just kind of modify. But anyway, this is what I'm doing here. I've got the measurements on each side there. As you can see, I've got some Sharpie. Just marked it down on three sides there, just so I kind of make it easier to cut, so I could see it on every side I'll be cutting on. And then I got it also on the bottom plate there, because as you can see, I just start with some dots, maybe 3 dots, one on each side, one in the middle, and then I just draw the line across just like that. And then next step, guess what, I'll start cutting it. Yeah, trust me, you're lucky I have it on mute because it's very loud. Don't want to hurt your ears. So while I cut that, I'll just say one thing first. Of course, safety first. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. In fact, flip-flops and shorts is not the best idea, but it was one of the hottest days in Northwest. We're not used to heat, so I just had to wear that. It was way too hot, but it does, get you once a while there, and it burns a little bit. So I mean, it's nicer to have, jeans and other protective clothes and short and pants and, like, boots or something. But anyway, so as you can see, we just got it on each side, in the middle, just kind of a little bit on each side, just so I can have that straight cut. I bent it a little bit, try to break it, because it was a little bit harder to get that one spot right in the middle. Okay, finally got that, and let's see what it looks like. And it checked out to be actually pretty nice, pretty much perfect lengthwise and all that. So I just want to go ahead and mark those holes there with the marker, the Sharpie, and if you need to, you can drill first, but I just went straight to them and got those screws into it without drilling, and it worked. But depending on your experience and your type of closet, what you have on there, if you need to, you can drill. That makes it always easier, but just be careful what size you choose. Make sure you choose the right size drill bit so that you don't make the hole bigger than the screw. And here's the nails that we use for that wood piece there on the floor before we install the metal plate. All we had to nail into the floor before we put a metal plate. Depending on your floor, it might be tile, it might be carpet, whatever you got. There's instructions, of course, what to use. There's some special nails, screws, so whatever you got, just go off of that. And since we got, hardwood floors and stuff, so that's what it says to install. And this actually works pretty well so far. Let's see here. Plate, yep, fits perfect. And here are the short screws there, 4 screws, or maybe 3. Actually, for the bottom one, probably 3. 1 in the center and 1 on each side. And I decided to start with the center, and so then I could play with sides. I had to remeasure them, mark the floor, and I recommend marking the floor preferably on the inside. That way, even if you have a hard time erasing it, it's not really visible from the outside after you install the doors. But anyway, back to cleaning, back to the room, back to the floor. After all our work, vacuum everything nice and clean, just because it's still easy access before we slide the door. And here's the door. The reason I slide the door first without even installing those roller balls on there, the ones that come on there, where the ones that they actually slide on, whatever you call them, is because I wanted to see how it fits. I wanted to see how much room I got, and then of course I wanted to get the exact measurements. So, and that's what I'm doing here, getting some measurements exactly from the door. And then I'll try to measure that difference there in the gap that I need for that rolling wheel there. So it's slightly lifted, and it's enough to just kind of roll back and forth. And you'll see all that in the instructions, but I've got those measurements on each side. And believe it or not, it was very small difference in numbers, just because, like I said, there was also a big difference. Well, not too big, but there was a little difference, I guess, in the actual flooring on my side, one of the wall side. So ended up being a little longer than the other side of the wall. Caused a little issue, but not too bad. Cool thing is, those wheels brackets that I'm about to install are adjustable, so I had to adjust one a little, pretty much screwed the screw on a little bit more than the other one, and that helped me to cover for, the extra gap there for the other side, to even them out. So now I've got screws in, brackets in, those wheels sticking on the bottom side are the ones going to be spinning, remeasuring, making sure it kind of fits my first measurement. But don't worry about it too much, because you can always adjust it while it's on the actual installed in your closet on those plates. You can always just lift it a little bit and adjust, or just screw that bolt in and it would shoot automatically. Might be harder if you don't lift the door, but if you slightly lift the door, it's much easier. Now I'm getting the second one in there, just so I could get some more measurements for the other one as well, and to get them as close as I can, so that way they also look kind of even when you open them. Because keep in mind, the gap on the top and the gap on the bottom, it's nice when it's even, because if it's not, then it just doesn't look nice from the outside when you look at it. And this is what I'm checking, making sure, looking good, confirming also the gap when you close both doors on each side of the wall. That's all good. Okay, so we got door handles left here. Looks like the last thing here on the list. So it's just a double sticky tape. You just do your measurements, choose your place where you want it. It doesn't have to be per the instructions. It's up to you. For me, it wasn't, just because it's for my oldest one, and I want to make sure she's going to be comfortable for the next couple years at least, where it's going to be at. So, you can ask them to kind of give it a try. I brought her in, and she kind of had her hand up, and I decided where I wanted to have, and it's still pretty comfortable. So as you can see, this is all installed, ready to go as per today. It's been a while, I forgot about this video, so it's been quite a while. It's been actually well over a year now until I just got my hand to the found this video. And tell you what, it's exactly the way it was assembled, you know, over a year ago. Everything is just nice and perfect, nothing changed. So it actually worked very well for us. If that's something you can do, definitely recommend it. Save the money, do it yourself, and enjoy. If this helped you, please like, subscribe. Thank you.